엘들링 출신 날인데 몸도 안 좋고 좀 쉴까 해가지고 시간도 없고 오늘 호포에를 다시 켰네. 한 2시간만 하다가 이따 10시에 잘 거야. 몸이 이상하게 안 좋아. 왜 그렇게 안 좋은지 모르겠어. 나온 김에 너랑 이야기 좀 하자.
Do you have time to talk?
I do.
You've spoken with Katalo?
A few words. Tanakh don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
그러니까 약간 좀 코타로가 동료가 되는 게 약간 좀 애매해 느낌이.
So you've been talking to Gaia?
Yes. She was kind enough to take me through some of the history of the Old Ones, including their demise and the heroic actions of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek. I was surprised to see she was you.
She was you.
Reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
You've been getting to know Ariand, I assume?
Of course. Any friend of Varl's is a friend of mine. In this case, a very loud friend.
What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of glyphs used by the Old Ones. She helped me decipher some of the data you've collected and showed me how to use the focus to help the process. It's not easy, but
저 때는
it's been
통역이
working so
없나?
far.
That's good to hear.
번역 기술이 없나?
I see you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place was built for us, so we could regain control of our lands with her terraforming system. Nurture them like the land gods do plains
말을
and
할 때마다
fields.
기침이 나오네.
It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much metal.
Did Gaia tell you anything about the Zeniths?
She did, though it wasn't exactly easy to believe. To think that there are places among the stars where life can bloom as it does here, it is humbling, to say the least, and heartbreaking that such life should be bent on destroying ours.
So, how does a tribe like the Utaru manage to maintain the peace with warriors like the Tanakh?
By holding them off. When our fields bloomed aplenty, the Tanakh looked upon our lands with envy. But Plainsong's dishes provided sanctuary and high ground to keep invaders at bay. In the end, even the Tanakh saw sense in a truce. The Utaru promised to provide the Tanakh with food from our crops every year. In exchange, the Tanakh would relinquish one of their own, a veteran, to train the Utaru in combat. This custom was abandoned a few years after the derangement. But some veterans still remain in the plains.
I've been meaning to ask, what's the deal with you and the chorus? You didn't seem to be on the best of terms.
That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on publicly defying them. Twice. When the Karja invaded the Utaru plains, they did more than just attack our villages. They burned our fields, took our people as slaves, and murdered those who were too weak to make the trip back to Meridian.
To be sacrificed in the Sun Ring.
I was helping the healers back then, as waves of refugees swarmed into Plainsong. The chorus was divided in how to face the invaders. Some saw sense in raising arms. Others believed the dishes would keep us safe, as they had many times before. And while they bickered, I buried the seeds of the fallen.
It couldn't have been easy, seeing your people suffer while the Karja invaded your lands.
I come from a small village near Plainsong. My grandmother used to say there was no seed that wouldn't grow there. I moved to the dishes when I decided...
잠깐만, 이거 자막이 가장 큰 거야? 왜 이렇게 난 작아 보이지? 특대형인데도
to apprentice as a healer. When the Red Raids began, I thought about going back. But the injured kept pouring into Plainsong, day after day. So I kept putting it off. One day, I woke up to hear a Karja raiding party had ransacked my village during the night. I rushed there with the healers to help the survivors, but there weren't any left. The smell of burning flesh haunts me to this day.
I'm sorry, Zoe.
I made it a point to appear before the chorus as soon as we returned, to demand that we take a stand against the invaders. I was denied. So I left to fight on my own.
You said you set out to fight the Karja alone?
I did. But it turned out I wasn't the only one. News of my disagreement with the chorus spread through the plains. Before I knew it, I had more than a dozen Utaru warriors ready to follow me into battle. We knew we couldn't take on the Karja armies head-on, but we also knew the lay of the land better than they did. We ambushed smaller raiding parties, sabotaged their supply lines, and hit their encampments at night.
Sounds like you were a force to be reckoned with.
Enough that the Tenakth took notice. When the clans began to push the Karja back east, they let us join their ranks. We chased the enemy all the way to Barren Light.
You said you were at Barren Light when the Tenakth defeated the Karja?
Tenakth marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover of night, then attacked from the other side. Before we knew it, the gates were open, and the full force of the clans burst through. What happened next was not something I like to remember. When all the dust and blood settled, I smelled it again. The stench of burnt flesh.
이미 한번 피를 봤구나. 피를 봤으니까
What was left of my squad returned to the Utaru plains.
전쟁에 회한이
I
생긴
went
거네.
back to Plainsong. But even as the harvest passed, it didn't feel like I'd truly returned at all.
Is that when you became a grave singer?
I thought soothing the suffering of others would somehow appease my own. Then you came along and gave me a choice. I could either sing at people's graves or fight for a chance to keep them alive.
I'm glad you chose the latter. I better get going.
Don't let me keep you.
코타로. 코타로 어디 있어? 코타로.
Door's locked. Maybe Gaia will be able to get it open later.
여기는 내 방이고.
So the Ten carried their visions with them. Anything else on your mind?
이야기나 할까 했지. 어저께 너무 힘들어가지고 못했어.
You said the Bulwark was your home a long time ago. That you were part of the Sky Clan.
Yes.
That's all you're gonna tell me?
Fine. As you wish. My parents were killed in a clan skirmish, so I was raised by my squad. As I grew older, I came to be known as an accomplished fighter. Tekote took a special interest in me. I fought by his side
브리슬백을
against the
맨손으로
Karja,
멈출
and
정도면
led my
정말
squad on
대단한
a
거지.
dangerous climb into the Daunt. It was I who opened the gates at Barren Light from the east side, allowing the Tenakth to raise it.
That must have gotten you some attention.
Indeed. I was welcomed home as a hero, and I was content.
And why'd you leave?
I became a marshal.
Why did you leave the Sky Clan to become a marshal?
I was sent to the Kulrut by Tekote. Back then, I would have obeyed his every order. I believed in him, like one would a father. I was too blind to see the fear in his eyes. Fear of a rising young warrior challenging his command of the clan. I returned a hero from the battle at Barren Light. But to him, I was only a threat. Never occurred to him that I had no interest in rising above my station.
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat to him if he sent you to the Kulrut?
Tekote knew that if I survived the Kulrut, I'd be forced to forsake the clan to serve the Tenakth as a whole. I'd never be allowed to challenge his command, even if I wanted to. After our victory at Barren Light, Tekote spoke to our people, said it would be selfish to rob Hikaru and the marshals of a warrior like myself. Even though he knew perfectly well, I had no intention of ever leaving. It was exile, guised as an honor. One he knew I couldn't refuse. So I became a marshal, and never looked back.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I am not. Though it pained me at the time, a marshal is what I was destined to be.
When we were at the Bulwark, the guard said something about the Wings of the Ten. Hikaru also mentioned it at the Kulrut. Dekka, too. What does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings, and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess, and it is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. Many times I imagined
그게 그것 때문이었어? 레펠에 강화했잖아.
feeling of freedom, and the awe it must have inspired.
비행기 타고 전투기 타고 날아간 거지 뭐. 확실히 이런 식의 연결 짓는 거를
What
잘한다잉.
did Chief Hikaru say when you told him he'd be joining me here?
You spilled rebel blood at the Grove and helped reunite the clans. There was little more to be said. He understood.
Well, I'm honored he lent me his best marshal. At least for a little while.
Indeed.
겸손 안 해.
What are you looking at over there?
The others have been helping me decipher the symbols the focus shows me. So, I thought I'd try to understand the weapon you intend to use against the enemy. This Hephaestus, it will be able to make machines that answer to Gaia?
Yes,
How many?
as many as we need.
Such power. Has the world ever seen the like?
Now that you know who the enemy is, do you have any questions?
I'll admit, I find them hard to grasp. From the heavens. And invulnerable.
For now.
I will leave the strategy to you. I trust you will point my blade where it will cut the deepest.
You've had some time with the team now. Any thoughts?
I admit, I was surprised to see Nutaru here. Farmers don't make for effective soldiers.
I'm told she rallied to summon her tribe against the Karja, and fought all the way to Barren Light.
Interesting. Perhaps I'm mistaken.
뭐라고? 야, 딴 생각, 나 요즘 왜 이렇게 딴 생각을 하냐?
You've had some time with the team now. Any thoughts?
I admit, I was surprised to see Nutaru here. Farmers don't make for effective soldiers.
I'm told she rallied to summon her tribe against the Karja, and fought all the way to Barren Light.
Interesting. Perhaps I'm mistaken.
I better head out.
Away with you.
가자고 친구들.
There she is. You ready to head out?
Let's go.
Look at us. 3 battle-hardened badasses forging into the unknown. This ought to be good.
와, 이걸 이렇게 빨리 스킵을 해준다고?
Had to be up a really steep mountain, huh?
와, 맨손으로 저걸 오른단 말이야? 그래도 드론 죽었네. 우와! 벌써 파쇄법이 나타났다고? 미친 테낙스들.
Burrow, see if there's anything over there.
On it.
진짜 전투민족이었네.
Let's start with that zenith. There are obviously more zeniths than we know about.
Can't believe you
I
fought
wonder
one
how
of
much
us.
snow is gonna pile up. Almost didn't make it.
그런데 저번에 봤던 제니스가 아니었어?
Whatever the rebels did, it took down her shield. But why was she here? I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
It looked like she can make it come
Hello,
and go at
Verbena?
will,
What do you have for me?
but it's gone now.
I checked everywhere, still no sign of the asset.
Well, go do your
Can
thing.
we call off this
I'll
pointless
wait here.
search already?
Let's not forget who let it slip away in the first place. Now, I'd like to see results by nightfall.
도망쳤다고?
Do you think you can manage that?
Hold on. I think I see something.
잠깐만, 도망쳤다고?
What?
Hello, Verbena? What do you have for me?
I checked everywhere, still no sign of the asset. Can we call off this pointless search already?
Let's not forget who let it slip away in the first place.
도망쳤어? 도망쳤다고? 와제니스에서 혹시 도망친 뭐 죄수들 같은 거야? 슈퍼맨 같은 느낌이?
What a mess.
The Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is.
감시한다고? 보낸 걸 죄수들을 보낸 건가?
answer him with a focus. Looks like he was sending data on the weapons somewhere else.
원격 측정지 로그. 뭐지?
Weapon's still hot. I need to know how it worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off.
You done looking around?
Almost. Stash this away for later.
Have a look around. I'll wait here.
뭐야 여기는? 여기로 들어가는 건가 본데 아직 내가 단서를 못 찾아서 못 들어간 거고. 다 찾은 것 같은데. 저기 위에 또 뭐가 있네. 스토어 다트건? 뭐 없는데? 다시 한번 저거 봐야 되는 거야? 차가워질 때까지? 그런 건 아닐 거 아니야. 전장은 조사하기. 조사할 게 더 이상 없어. 잠깐만. 이거 뭐야?
Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area? Alright. I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend.
Alright, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up, all so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Osram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
I've known tinkers that do that. Do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress.
누구지? 예, 여보세요. 예, 여보세요. 아, 예, 안녕하세요. 예, 맞습니다. 예, 예. 내일이요? 아, 제가 잘못 알았네요. 내일이었구나. 내일 오전에 오시는 거죠? 9시 전이요? 예, 예, 예. 512호가 아니라요 504호일 겁니다. 예, 예 맞습니다. 예 있습니다. 예 통솔이요. 그럼 사장님 내일 그러면 그 9시 이전에 오신다는 거죠? 8시 반에서 9시 사이로 알고 있었어요? 드디어 세탁기가 내일 오는구나.
It blew up.
She was searching for something she lost. Her drone
에셋, 자산이라는 거지.
something called the asset.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing that you said could be here? The Luthia?
I'm not sure.
그렇겠지.
Come on, let's go talk to Val.
근데 아폴로만 줬으니까 그런 건가? 저기 구멍으로 가야 될 것 같은 느낌이 드는데.
That's a long way down.
Something tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
Whatever it was, it must have been powerful. That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called the asset. I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
All right, so we head down.
Erend, stay here and stand watch. That Zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I don't want to be caught by surprise if the others show up. Contact us by focus if you see anything.
Okay. If any trouble shows up, I'll call you.
Let's go.
저기에도 동굴 하나 있지 않았나? 아니가 내가 저거를 두 개로 봤나 보다. 가자고.
There's some kind of old world ruin.
와.
You said the Zeniths have their own backup of Gaia, right?
Yeah, from the proving lab.
아폴로만
So
가지고
maybe
있지
they
않았어?
were after Eleuthia. Found its hiding spot, so it sent the distress signal.
Maybe.
그럴 수도 있겠다. 여기가 왜 여기를 아우 어두워 씨. 별거 없네. 왜 안 올라가냐? 잠깐만. 저렇게 별거 없는 거를 만들어 놓을 리가 없을 텐데. 어? 별거 없으면 이렇게 뭐 아예 못 가게 한다고. 이렇게. 못하는 건 별게 있는 거야. 없네 진짜로. 야 씨발, 이런 데서 자기적인 거 없애지 말라고.
Looks like some kind of data center. I might be able to access the facility systems from that console.
와, 기계 위에 종류석 생긴 거 봐봐. 수리가 불가능할 정도로 손상됐다고? 이건 뭐야?
I've never seen a
제니스
transmitter like this
물건
before.
같은데?
Looks like it's self-destructed.
왜? 야 이씨. 핵융합로. 아까 전에 스캔했을 땐 제가 안 보였더만. 역시 하나하나 다 뒤져봐야 돼. 포커스만 믿으면 안 된다니까.
This was a Forsyth research lab. It looks like a lot of data was beamcast from here recently. From that device nearby.
So Aluthi is gone?
If it was ever here, then probably. But then why were the Zeniths still searching for the asset? Let's keep looking around.
So, exploring another far Zenith ruin.
At least this one doesn't seem to have giant killer machines.
그건 다행이네.
Or anything you can blow up.
Pack's full, but my stash has room.
여기도 막혔고. 그러고 보니까 파 제니스가 개새끼들 아니야? 그 얼굴마다 없애버린다던? 자리 모자른다고?
All this stuff. Wonder what they were doing here.
Well, knowing Far Zenith, probably discovering amazing things. For their own benefit.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Find anything that might tell us what the asset is?
I don't think so. This place is huge. Some kind of storage room, maybe.
Maybe the asset is in here somewhere.
If it is, somehow Zenith couldn't find it. Let's look around.
2층도 저기랑 연결되어 있나? 아, 블러드본이라는 나에게는 이 정도의 길 찾기 정도는 문제가 아니다. 역시 이어지는군. 응우엔 어디서 많이 들어봤는데? 뭔가 연결고리가 보인다잉.
So, how is Erend taking
여기네.
this?
아,
Really?
똑같구만.
Well, Gaia, the Zeniths, the Focus. It's a lot. But when I caught up to him in the dawn, he said he needed our help. He dropped
Still for the
everything and turned
stash.
around.
Well, he's loyal. That's for sure.
충직하대. 야, 동료한테 충직하다가 뭐야? 뭐 하는 곳이지? 근데 왜 고기가 여기 있냐? 여기 누가 살았던 거야?
A control console to access the storage units.
Can it tell us if the asset is in one of them?
알았어, 일단 다 돌고.
Find out.
어차피 메인 이벤트가 있는 곳이니까 다시 안 돌아올 거야. 한 번 돌 때 제대로 돌아야 돼. 없고 여기 두 개 있고 여기 하나 있고 여기 들어가는 데인가? 설마
Caster won't work on
아니네.
that.
여기 하나 있지. 저거 왠지 하나 깨져 있을 것 같은데, 그래서 들어갈 수 있는 것 같은데. 여기는 문이 잠겨 있나? 아니, 아까 거기구나. 야, 비켜, 씨.
Those look like
Wow.
ectogenic chambers. There must be hundreds of them.
Why would Far Zenith need so many?
I found some data that said they planned to take them into space, but they shut the project down. And later they traded some with Zero Dawn for a copy of the Apollo database.
So these were extras.
Yeah, maybe.
그러니까 담을 용기를 찾으러 왔다는 거네. 외인성 챔버가. 자, 가보자고.
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
236? Wasn't there a number in the distress signal?
머리 기억력 좋네.
I should check the log.
Nothing.
아무것도 없는데?
(236) containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
001.
How about this?
Empty again.
내 생일 입력하자.
236 containers in
5월
storage. Please enter the container
13일.
error. Container limit exceeded.
안 되네.
Okay.
13, 5.
Okay, let's try this.
이거
Nothing.
300개 다 한 사람 있을 텐데. 조난 신호 보자. 여기 있다. SOS 505 아니야? 202구나.
236 containers in storage.
Maybe this one.
Nothing.
없어? 주의하라. 주의하라. (505) 237 236이 아니라 237이었네 임마.
236 containers in storage.
사람이야? 엘리자베스 소백이라고?
Aloy. It's you. Skin's like ice.
아까 전에 그 외부
Must have cut this from her head. But why?
그게 그건가?
Hello, Miss Bit. Apologies, I don't know what else to call you. My name is Beta. I'm afraid I must be brief. I only have a few minutes before my keepers discover.
잠깐만. 엄마? 무섭게 네가 불이 지 멋대로 켜지냐.
I'm missing and I still need to remove this implant. I'd hoped to find shelter with you, but if you're doing this,
아, 그 베타가 이 베타구나.
Be careful when you take on Farsiness. They are ruthless, and they have Lucia, Artemis, and Apollo now.
아폴로까지 가지고 있다고?
But at least they don't have the Gaia kernel to merge them with.
아, 가야 커널이 없어.
You must succeed, or this was all for nothing. Good luck, and goodbye.
So she's...
베타 죽었어,
She's
그러면?
still alive.
We need to get her back to...
Oh shit, they can fly? Aloy. Aloy, can you hear me through this thing?
What's going on, Aaron?
Two of those Spectre things just fell out of the sky. One of them is heading down towards you. The other one's waiting up here.
We're coming up. Stay in cover until I get there.
You got it.
Get her to cover in that room. Whatever happens, she stays with us.
I'll protect her.
I should prepare before the Spectre gets here. I can't let it get through to Varl on the clone.
야, 아씨. 랩업이 잘 안 되어 있어가지고. 일단 이게 못 이길 텐데 죽어도. 잠깐, 약점 나와 있나? 스펙터. 산성 플라즈마. 오케이, 알겠어. 냉기 사냥꾼, 블루 사냥꾼. 이게 더 낫겠네. 45, 52. 이게 더 낫고. 산성함정.
Here it comes!
아이씨, 벌써? 잠깐만. 기술에서 이걸 보자고. 이게 뭐야? 스토커 은신화. 아니야, 일단은
Ooh, ugly one, aren't you?
오케이.
I should scan that thing. See if it has any weak spots.
약점은 알고 있어.
Things quick.
근데 저렇게 쉽게 죽는다고? 와우. 와우. 뭐야 방금. 아 진짜. 아 왜? 아 잠깐만. 야야야야야. 미안하다. 어딨어? 아 진짜. 걸려라. 와, 존나 무서워. 이걸 쓰라는 거지, 그러면. 장갑판이 약해지니까 이걸 쓰라는 거잖아. 뭐야, 잠깐만. 잠깐만, 뭐 하나 더 아, 진짜.
Don't have enough stamina.
안녕.
There.
Are you okay, Aloy?
야, 근데 컬업터보다 더
I'm
쉽다.
heading up top. Stay down here with the clone for now.
Got it. I'll follow once the coast is clear.
좀 아닌데? 너무 쉬운데? 아, 다시 돌아가야 된다니까
Get
너무.
back up top and deal with that other specter. I just hope Aaron stays in cover.
레벨 디자인 둘인데?
Aloy!
Aaron!
Yeah, the Spectre's dug its heels in. It's got me pinned down.
Hang tight.
기다려.
We're almost there.
Just hurry.
기다려, 얼마 안 남았어.
That doesn't sound good. I gotta get to Aaron.
얼마 죽겠나?
Aaron, I'm here.
Watch out. That thing's shooting down the center.
방어막.
Stay put. I'll see what I can do.
하나 걸고.
Spectre's not budging from that spot. I might be able to sneak up on it if I stay out of its line of fire. It's got some kind of shield weapon. They head on.
잠깐만. 아이고, 씨.
I can turn this around.
오케이.
Shields down.
이쪽으로 와라. 와라. 오케이, 좋았어. 안 돼, 안 돼, 안 돼, 안 돼, 야.
Keep them coming.
무기실에서, 아. 이거 3중도 되는구나. 야, 일로 와.
Don't get that stuff on you. Use acid to corrode it.
뭐야, 이거. 우와! 이런 도움도 주네? 와라, 새끼야.
I guess we're not going for stealth, eh?
야, 거기 있지 마.
Smack!
아, 스태미나. 이게 스태미나를 쓰는구나. 야이씨. 와.
Aloy, she's... Look, I swear I'm not drunk, but right now I'm seeing double.
Long story, but it'll have to wait.
She needs a healer, but we need to get her back to the base immediately.
Right. Yeah. Well, what are we waiting for then?
You two go on ahead. I need to take another look at that weapon. If I can figure out how that thing works, maybe the Zeniths won't be so invincible after
그렇긴 하지. 제니스 무기는 제니스한테 통할 거. 아, 맞다. 이거 쓸걸. 근데 산성이 꽤 잘 먹혔어. 이거 뭐야 이거? 나노워시인가? 아니 안 떼어지나? 저번에 블레이즈 쐈더니만 터지더만. 호재당에서는 무기 어딨어? 이건가? 아닌데? 뭐지? 어디로 떨어진 거지? 이거야? 아니다. 아니 잠깐만, 없는데? 스토커고. 오케이, 1시간 됐어. 1시간만 더 자는 거야. 이건가? 아, 이거 스토커고. 아, 배가 왜 이렇게 고프냐? 아니, 무기가 떨어진 걸 봤는데 나도. 어디 있는데 왜 내가 못 찾겠니? 아, 스펙터 무기가 아니라 그 아까 뜨겁던 그 무기? 난 또 뭔가 했네. 이씨. 그럼 아까 저 뭐 떨어진 건 뭐야? 아야, 잠깐만, 햄버거 먹으면서 하자. 아, 배고파.
No. Damn it.
이것 때문에 안 되는데. 아까 그 스펙터가 떨어뜨린 무기에서 뭘 발견한가? 뭐야? 아이씨, 깜짝이야. 꺼지는 줄 알았는데 뭐 이렇게 급작스럽게 넘어가 화면이. 싸이월드란다. 맘터 브로기 버거는 맛없는 걸로.
I need to get the weapon fragment to Gaia to analyze. If we can replicate it, maybe we'll have a way to defeat the Zeniths. I should check on the clone, too. Varl, where's our guest?
We're in the maintenance corridor below the control room.
Okay.
이야기 좀 듣자. 그동안 나는 햄버거를 먹겠다.
Errand? You okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Because there's two of me now.
There's two of you now. At least you seem to be handling it okay.
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I'm trying.
물. 동료.
How are you settling in?
Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land when he's not getting all tongue-tied. I don't know who makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady or our new Utaru friend.
Well, what about
오타루겠지.
the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east?
그러니까 뱅가드
I
어쩌려고.
sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help the savior of Meridian.
So, you've met our new Tanakh friend.
He's, quiet. I thought his people were supposed to be bloodthirsty maniacs.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust him, so do I.
Did you speak with Beta at all?
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. And when she did, I thought it'd be better if Zoe and Varl took care of her. No use crowding someone when they're in a state.
I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but by the Forge, the things I've been able to see. Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know.
오사람이 딱 좋아할 만한 타입이야.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around most of it, but I never really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the sun. And now I do, sort of. It makes me feel like I could be useful. You know?
It takes some time, but yeah. What you reading next?
I saw Gaia added something to the archives about metal rods being used to harness lightning during storms. That reminded me of a cousin of mine.
안테나?
Thought he could trap lightning if he covered himself in storm clouds. About the tallest mountain in the claim, proved it. It ended like a lot of Oseram things do. With a spark and a boom.
What are you working on with your focus?
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff on this thing. Those two lovebirds over there have been giving me a hand. But to be honest, all the little symbols, they give me a headache. But I'll get up to speed. I promise.
I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, you and me both. I have to get going.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
식물 많이 심네.
Aloy, you're back.
Yeah, I'm just, checking up on how everyone's doing.
You mean after meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but isn't you, down in the basement? Guess this must be even stranger for you than it is for us. Huh?
Little?
Varl said she may be able to help us in our mission, though.
Maybe. You said you met Beta?
Better?
Carl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that. She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
웬 카톡이야. 아이씨, 다들 엘들링을 하는데 나만 못하고.
What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the
가위기는
subfunctions.
묘목이라고
I
하는 게
wanted
참.
to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included. In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life, as well as our current troubles.
그렇긴
That's why
하지.
we have to make Gaia whole again. Learn anything interesting lately?
There's been much to read up on now that Ether has been reunited with Gaia. It's hard to imagine that machines like stormbirds once helped heal the skies. I used to be terrified of them as a child. Thunder still brings chills to my skin. But everything Gaia creates has a purpose, no?
Yeah.
그렇지.
And if we can get Hephaestus back, she can get those stormbirds in line.
그 전기로 공기를 정화시킨다 그랬나? 그랬었는데.
I need to get going.
참 말 잘 만들어.
Bloom in your steps.
내 발길 아래로 꽃길이 꽃피우길.
Aloy, there are more supplies in the chest.
Thank you.
Help yourself.
고급 정화수 함정은 뭐야? 아, 코탈로구나. 씨, 화장실에 왜 느낌표가 있나 했네.
Looks like some of the holograms are working now.
I have repurposed the displays to track Regala's activity in the region.
A useful war map.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
쓸모있는 여자래.
But I must ask, the woman Varl and Aaron brought in, she's related to you.
It's hard to explain. She's more of a copy.
Good. If she's anything like you, we've just gained reinforcements.
Maybe.
Reinforcement.
Have you had a chance to speak with Varl?
Briefly. He fought well against Regala's troops at Barren Light. Are all Nora as skilled as the two of you?
I'm not exactly one of them. But anyway, the Nora can hold their own.
로라가 좀 유별나긴 하지.
I thought my tribe was the only one to have done that. Impressive.
You said you were training with the Focus?
That's right. I've been watching holograms of your first fight with the Zenith Spectres. They are faster and more agile than any machines I've faced
무섭긴
before.
하더래.
How many do the Zeniths have?
I'm not sure. Probably a lot.
I would not wish to face them en masse.
I'm with you there. Getting Ether out of the grove made for quite a spectacle.
One that showed the entire tribe that Hikaru's mission for peace is the correct path, for it is now blessed by the Ten themselves.
아다리가 잘 맞았어. 끝났고. 근데 왜 이게 하얀색으로?
I need to go.
On your way then.
On your way then. 여기 아래 있다는 거지.
I have to get the weapon fragment to Gaia first. And check her
나가는
code.
길이구나. 없네. 아 잠깐만. 나 좀 업그레이드 좀 할 수 있나? 아직이네. 의상. 함정 제작 필요 없고.
The old ones created so many wonderful inventions to help others, to help the planet. Technology really can be an amazing thing.
Until it gets a mind of its own and decides to kill everyone.
You're just a ray of sunshine, aren't you?
Only for you.
야, 바를의 목소리가 들리는데 바를이 없다? 어디냐? 어이가 없네. 여기가 조방이고. 여기는 모르겠고. 아 잠깐만.
Aloy, glad you made it back
여기
okay.
있네.
She panicked after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
I'll talk to her. Hello? It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy. What's wrong? Is it your injury?
Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome.
I don't understand.
Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device. The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall. Everything real feels unreal. Distant.
Is there anything that can help?
Do you have a focus to spare? It's primitive, but I can make it work.
Yeah.
Booting up.
코스커스가 인체 기능도 제어할 수 있어?
So, Aloy, I suppose you want information.
About you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you? But let's start at the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago?
That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed.
So far, Zenith established a colony world after all.
Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last. Some sort of natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable.
Okay, so the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet, and now they want to claim Earth for themselves.
Not their descendants.
What?
Not their descendants. It's them. The same ones who left Earth 1,000 years ago.
What?
You didn't know?
How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What did they do to themselves?
I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants.
And you? Does that mean that you're...
I'm not like them. I was made. On the way to Earth. On the ship. I spent years studying in my training interface, so that I could serve my function.
Access and control of the terraforming system. But why? What did the Zeniths want with it? When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents, I thought my purpose was to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all. I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over.
아이고.
So the Zeniths want to exterminate life on Earth. That's what Gaia and I concluded too. But why? Why kill everyone just to take over? When they took me on missions with them, I saw how they butchered the tribal people we encountered. They didn't seem to care about a rejuvenated Earth, so I concluded that they must want a hard reboot of the system. Then they can redesign it to be exactly what they want. Mass extinction for their own comfort? Who thinks like that? Well, without their Gaia kernel, they'll have a hard time doing that. The Zeniths needed Elizabeth's gene print to access Zero Dawn facilities. So they made you. Trained you.
너 어깨에 뿔 났어.
With it. They told me I was born to interface with the Zero Dawn system. When we reached Earth, I pieced together what must have happened to Gaia and her subordinate functions. That's when I started to realize I wasn't meant to fix Gaia. That they must have made me so I could do what their remote extinction signal failed to do. Reboot Earth for their own benefit. So you know about the extinction signal? It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why Gaia suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries. Gaia would have only undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous than ceasing function altogether. I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her. Yeah, well, surprise. So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them? They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource, every industry. Gerard commands them. He's the one who decided to set up a base. The others, Eric, Tilda, Verbena, they resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says. Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab. He enjoys hurting people. Yeah, I know. You mentioned the Zeniths set up a base here on Earth. Where is it? Off the coast, I think.
아,
Whenever I had to go on missions, I was
레갈라가 거기 있던데.
I couldn't see anything outside, but I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine wars. It must be impregnable. What's inside the base? Launch facilities.
와, 똑같은
back and forth to their ship in orbit. Plus infrastructure to gather materials and
사람인데 완전히 다른 사람처럼 연기를 한다.
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space, other survivors of the colony. You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened? All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A. The Zeniths never told you any details. They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius. Guess they survived old age, too. How did you escape the Zeniths? Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run, I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. Then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed Eluthia's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity. You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Eluthia. What did you do, exactly? Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me.
The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
Bebona.
Baina's dead? How did they bypass her shield?
I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape?
Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Eleuthia back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission. And I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
And the Gaia root kernel?
I told them I could capture Eleuthia faster if I had it with me, and they believed me.
Well done. You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing?
The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship. An updated version of the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it?
That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access.
You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database.
너는 뭘 그렇게 다 알고 있냐?
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
아폴론이 살아있다는 게 진짜 대단하다.
If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
To have all that knowledge just out of reach must have been frustrating.
자, 좀
that's
쉬어.
enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or
So how long? You know, your plan. How long before Gaius fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
how did you know?
Optimal strategy, so?
Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Guy is powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus.
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
Guy is still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single... To a single location, of course not!
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are.
You were supposed to be further along by now!
Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find this place and take me back. This was all for nothing.
They're not going to find us. Guy is using Minerva to mask our location.
What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything, everyone, are gonna die.
Hey, calm down. You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. Computer science, physics, biology, chemistry.
Okay. Well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia. I'll check on you later.
How'd it go?
Her injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming here. Feeling might be mutual.
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
다들 긍정적이야.
I should get the weapon fragment to Gaia.
Anybody seen one of my machine strike pieces around?
Why don't you check the cache? Maybe you left it there when you dropped off all that ale.
Oh. Hope it didn't get stained.
Hey, you and Aaron okay?
Nothing some rest can't take care of. Are You okay? This beta thing, it's a lot. Even for you.
Just trying to take it one step at a time.
Fair enough. If you need anything, just let me know.
그러고 보니까 오늘 거는 텍스처 파빈이 별로 없네. 다 맵이 작아서 그런가?
How's everyone dealing with beta?
I tried explaining what a clone is to Aaron. He was totally lost. Then Zoe said something about 2 trees coming from 1 seed. That seemed to help a bit.
I'm guessing you've spoken with Kotallo?
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the embassy. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty. For a second I thought I was talking to my mother. Never thought a Tanakh and a Nora war chief could have so much in common.
How's everyone handling their focus?
워치프님은 잘 계시나?
Aaron definitely curses the most. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
I see everyone settling in.
Zoe's planning on bringing all kinds of plants in here. Says a home should always spring with life anew. I asked Aaron to help find some. I think he'd rather stick his head into a snap mall.
Still, it's not a bad idea. Should liven up the place. So, training with Zoe, huh?
Yes, training. Mostly. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Of course.
은근슬쩍 바라보는 것 봐봐.
You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory, and All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to Ted Faro.
Yeah.
아우, 죽겠다.
Finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
Not to mention terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
It's good to see you and Zoe enjoying yourselves.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to find ideas for a gift, and to thank her for helping me study the glyphs. Something from the old world that she's never seen before. Instead, I found out they gave each other stuffed animals. If you ask me, stuffing a dead animal with anything, really, doesn't sound like a good time for anybody.
인형 말하는 거
Maybe
아니야?
Gaia can help you find something else. Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
We saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility. Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too. But still, the tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields for them. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
That's enough. I should get back to the wilds.
I'll keep an eye on Beta. Make sure she's comfortable.
Okay.
오늘따라 윗집 애가 세게 뛰네.
Welcome back. Aloy, I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped a Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment, I will scan it. Completed. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced. comparable to Zenith technology. But not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands. Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Silence.
Based on your data on him, that is my conclusion as well.
And he's not gonna cooperate with us. Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zenith got Aletheia, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged. The two remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Right. One problem at a time. Well, I guess I better get back out there.
I wish you luck on your search.
Right. Thanks, Guy. So I guess we won't be making use of Cylon's weapon. And now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us. But I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more subfunctions to get. I'm back, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy. What would you like to discuss?
그냥 노가리나 깔려고 왔어.
The missing subordinate functions.
Artemis rewilded Aletheia Apollo was tasked with disseminating. Unfortunately, all
자,
archived.
여기까지는 받고, 이것도 받고,
He appears to have been
받고.
All 3 of the missing functions have, or were, prevented. Do you still need them?
restoring their remaining empowering my unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far Zenith.
여기서부터는
Attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base. But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
So, once Hephaestus has
받고,
regained the capacity
받고,
And to program their
받고,
so you could build an army of machines.
받고,
It is in my nature to take any and all human life
받고,
above all. So
받고.
yes, once I could design, given the nature of the Far Zenith threat, I must admit, however, no matter
여기까지
how
받고,
aggressive
That's good.
여기까지 받고, 여기가 끝일걸? 역시.
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life on Earth. Start over. So they can build it how they want.
further supporting our hypothesis.
But why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago,
공전도 괜찮지 않나?
as it was?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary conditions in their colony on Sirius. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
아, 그럴 수도
Turning Earth
있겠다.
into a new Sirius. Their own personal playground. So the Zeniths are the same.
쟤 샌들 신고 다닌 거야? 쪼리?
Physically immortal. How'd they figure it out?
From what we
야,
know
저걸
of
신고
Far
눈밭을 뛰어다녔다고?
It is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena.
버베다는 죽었고.
Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. Do you know anything about them?
Unfortunately, no. My personal database is limited to those who worked on Zero Dawn. Additionally, it appears Far Zenith was quite secretive about their members. Only one, Oswald Dahlgard was ever publicly known.
Right. He was the spokesperson.
그리고 그 사람은 죽었지.
What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
그러고 보니까 오디세이는 자기들만 살려고 떠난 거고 제로던 프로젝트는 자기들을 희생해가지고 지구를 살린 거네. 확실히 느낌이 다르긴 하다.
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
A signal that precise would require thorough knowledge of the system. How could the Zeniths know that?
From the records on your focus, it appears Far Zenith had an informant during the development of Zero Dawn.
Hank Shaw. He was supposed to steal a copy of the system for Far Zenith, but
실패죠.
Elizabeth and Travis Tate caught him first.
Yes. It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge on the system's design through him, despite his failure.
어느 정도는 알았다. 개괄적인 건 알았다. 컨셉 기획 정도는 알았다. 그런 느낌이네.
So from what Beta told me, I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounters with them amply demonstrate, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon the rebels used stripped their shield somehow.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. While we lack the anti-shielding weapon, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize it to create a large force of combat machines, no shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
교묘하게 옛날 스크립트랑 지금 정보랑 섞여 있다. 야, 이거 스크립트 짜기 존나 힘들었겠는데?
So, I guess Beta's here to stay. I gave her a focus. Told her to talk to you to see if she can help. She's not what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Someone more helpful, I guess. And less pessimistic.
It is true, she overestimated our progress. However, it is also worth noting that her confidence in your abilities emboldened her to escape the Zeniths.
하긴 똑같은 성격이면 재미없지. 다른 성격이어야 재밌지.
She may yet come around.
How long do we have then?
At present rates, without additional factors,
봤던 건데.
biosphere will cross a point of no
봤고.
return in approximately 4 months.
And if I gather Ether, Demeter, Poseidon,
잠깐만,
merge you
넘기지.
with them?
너 이거는 잠깐만. 야야.
How
이건
long do we
왜
have then?
곧바로 못 넘기고
Present
이러냐?
rates, without additional factors, the biosphere will cross a point of no return in approximately 4 months.
And if I gather Ether, Demeter,
그래도
Poseidon,
몇 달이 전부야.
merge you with them?
We will only gain a few months more.
Well, every bit counts.
달라진 게 없었는데? 다 없는데?
When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis.
배아
I
발생.
know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising.
자, 여기까지.
I'll be off.
Farewell, for now.
가보자고. 포세이돈이가 이제 (22, 24) 요걸로 가야겠네. 잠깐 기술 연막탄 무릎 사격 은신전 파쇄 조용한 창 무음 공격 연막탄 수량 이거 하고 하자고.
It's a little loud, Aaron. I know. It makes you want to punch something. More like someone. You're the one that helped me find it. People make mistakes.
아, 이런 재치 있는 대사들 나도 했어야 되는데.
There is something I'd like to discuss. It's about the land gods. If you have time, that is.
뭔데?
You said you wanted to talk about the land gods?
I think there's a way to heal them so that they'll once again provide Plainsong with grain. Gaia gave me a set of instructions. She called it, reboot code. If we deliver it to the land gods, their derangement will end.
That's great.
Maybe. There are thorns on the path. Unless the code is given by Hephaestus, the land gods will reject it. Gaia showed me a way around this. We need components called control cores from machines made by Hephaestus. Machines similar to the land gods.
You mean Grimhorns? Like the one we fought in the repair bay?
Yes.
그림혼 부품 찾아오라고?
Two of them out west.
So, kill the machines, get the control cores, then use them to adapt the reboot code into something the land gods will obey?
If all goes well. But taking down two Grimhorns won't be easy.
We'll do it together.
Bless you, Aloy. I'll send you the location of the machines.
알았어.
I'll let you know when I get close to those Grimhorns.
Good. If we can get their control cores, maybe we really can heal the land gods.
오케이. 어디로 가야 되느냐? 아, 나가는 길은 이렇게 위에 표시가 있네. 와. 텍스처 파빈이 드디어 보이는군. 와, 멀리 가면 멀리 갈수록 텍스처 파빈이. 근데 풍경 진짜 멋있다. 텍스처 파빈. 이야, 젤다의 전설 맨 처음 같은 느낌이네. 어디로 가야 되나? 여기로 가야 되나? 오케이, 그러면 오너라. 나는 간다. 저기에 뭔가 되게 거대한 시설이 있다잉. 자, 자동. 여기에서 항상 이렇게 로딩이 있네. 엘로탁 뭐야?
Definitely don't sound like rebels. Maybe if I follow their tracks, I can find out where they're headed. I can probably use my focus to follow the
왠지
tracks.
저거 저 거대 시설로 가는 것 같다 느낌이. 스파이커스 나웃?
It's like the machine stores fluid in its tail. I wonder what it does with it.
잠깐만. 일단 노트에서 보기. 오, 약간 스테고사우루스 비슷하면서도 꼬리에 액체를 보관하고 있으면 스컹크네. 100% 스컹크네. 제대로 가나? 제대로 안 가는 것 같다. 야, 너무 멋있어. 저기 멀리 톨렉 보인다. 야, 너무 멋있다. 씨. 너무 멋있다. 이쪽으로 가는 거 맞아? 아닌데? 야, 아니야. 형 반대로 가고 있어.
Could be from the camp. Maybe I should check it out. Some kind of classroom camp? I must be closing in on the signal.
와.
That tunnel looks damaged. I should take a closer look.
와, 사막 존나 멋있어. 진짜네. 톨렉이 데미지를 입는다고?
This looks like Osram gear. What are they doing here?
오세람이 톨렉을 했구만.
System reboot. So an override might fix the tonic.
아니야. 저번에 톨렉 하나 발견했는데.
Digging tunnels.
오세람이 잡으려고 했구만. 살펴보기.
This thing shoots anchors? They were trying to take down that tonic. The machines must have caught them in the act. I wish there was a way to climb up and inspect the damage. Unless I take the tonic down myself.
쓰러뜨린다고?
It'll be pretty, but at least it'll get fixed.
와, 근데 너무 멋있다, 풍경이. 빌어먹을 톨렉은 건드리지 말래.
Looks like machines got to this one too.
와, 너무 멋있다. 톨렉이 저번에 하나 발견하는데 못한 거 하나 있지 않나? 올라가는 곳이 없어가지고. 와, 이거 제대로 스펙타클 하겠는데? 쓰러뜨리면?
I'll have to hook an anchor to the weak spots in its armor to weigh it down.
와우.
Sounds like trouble. And I need more anchors. Someone else has set up other ballistas in the area. I just gotta find them.
자, 그럼 가자고. 와, 진짜 머리 좋다. 어떻게 저렇게 닷을. 그리고 그 중간중간에는 기계 몬스터들이 있겠지? 여기 있다.
Another ballista. And it's got one of the anchors I need. I bet a ballista can help me fight these machines.
안 돼. 안 돼. 오케이, 걸렸어.
One more should weigh it down enough. Machines. I need to hurry.
너 옆으로 아이고, 걸렸구나. 되면서 갈라고 했었는데. 안 돼.
Machines incoming.
아이고. 어디서부터 저장이 될라나? 아, 잠깐, 여기서부터야? 너무하는 거
I
아니냐?
bet a ballista can help me fight these machines.
아, 2개 끝났네.
Slides look too difficult to climb. I'll have to find another way.
하자고. 발리스타가 또 어디 있는지. 아하. 결국 이 새끼들을, 이 새끼는 또 뭐야? 아, 스카이 드리프터? 오케이. 잠깐만. 암놈 끝냈고. 에헤이. 안돼. 저 새끼부터. 오케이. 아이씨. 산성 벨로백이야? 그러면? 다섯 개쯤 닷을 달아야지. 아마. 뺄 건데 잠깐만 어디 있어?
I bet a
어디
ballista can
있어?
help me fight these machines.
아 스카이 드리프터. 이렇게 하고 용기는 부족하고 지금 어딨어? 날아다니지 좀 마 이 새끼들아. 하고 그래도 내가 체력이 많이 늘었네 레벨이 오르면서. 아니야 아니야. 일단 너부터 죽여야 돼. 나이스. 한약 없다고? 안돼 안돼. 에헤이.
That weapon still has an anchor. Let's use it.
아 여기 있네 발리스타 하나. 잠깐만 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 잠깐.
I have to fill my stamina.
일단 방어 확정기 하고 이것도 없고. 아 아파. 아 야 이번 거 진짜 영웅 같았다. 이 새끼가 약점이 냉동이지. 아파. 오케이. 오케이 가자. 끝났고. 와우 아파.
Can't let my stamina be slow.
오케이 눈. 맞췄나? 끝났고. 대부분 다 끝났나? 버로우도 잡았고 불벨로백도 잡았고. 여기 있는 걸로 내가 아까 봤는데. 맞다. 못 돌리나? 못 돌린구나. 와따 벨로백이네. 얼른 오거라.
But a cook can do something with this.
아, 더 느려졌구나. 저 다 때문에. 여긴 아까 쌌잖아. 없지.
Machines got to this one too.
와, 벨로백 시체도 끌고 가고 있어. 이러니까 더 늦지.
Enough handholds to climb those legs. Must be another way.
잘 알고 있어. 자, 술 차례가 왔나? 아직이네. 털넥을 잡는데 성공을 했지 이미. 오케이, 좋았어. 와우, 와우,
Got this big guy.
와우, 털넥을 쓰러뜨렸어. 이야, 씨. 와. 와. 와, 그 톨렉을 내가 쓰러뜨렸어.
What? I'm sweating everywhere.
야. 와, 좋은데? 조용한 창, 무음 공격. 2 이거 안 하고, 이거 하고, 집중 사격, 조용식. 요것만 하면 되겠네. 이거는 이것도 필요하겠네. 일로와. 자, 이제 가자. 브리슬백이 사막에 사니까 좀 희한하긴 하다.
This must be the ruins of Las Vegas. Poseidon shouldn't be far.
이쪽이 맞나? 관람차인가?
Gaia said this is where I'd find Poseidon, but
왜 잠깐만.
buried in the sand.
뭐지?
Poseidon is underground. That's true.
관람구이네.
Be able to find a way down below these structures.
아, 일단 내려야겠다. 헤어를 수색해야 돼요. 얘는 뭐야? 멧돼지야? 패커리? 아이고, 발각됐네. 어쩔 수가 없지. 와우, 깜짝이야, 씨. 저 새끼 왜. 한 방에 조지고 또 한 방에 조지고 한 방에. 아이고 이씨, 이걸 날려버렸네. 대가리. 몇 명 안 되네. 저건 무엇일까? 돼지는 절로 도망갔구나. 자, 어디로 가야 할까요? 깔끔. 와, 엄청 넓네. 미친듯이 탐험을 해야 되겠구만. 잠깐, 어디 떨어졌어? 에헤이, 우리 이러지 말자. 잠깐만. 다 귀중품 박스지. 화염 글리토크?
Fire could hurt it.
냉기 그린토크. 어? 저거 뭐야?
A drone. Must be part of Cyclops.
아, 저게
I
그거야?
can get its data. I can reconnect it with the dome back at the base.
떨어뜨려야 돼?
How to get up there?
저 위에 올라가야 되는 건가? 아니면 떨어뜨려야 되는 건가? 위로 올라가야 되는 거겠네. 딱 봐도. 이번 주에 특선 요리. 저거 하나만 먹자. 아이씨, 10시 다 됐네.
Maybe I can climb something above the dome.
아, 안 돼. 아, 저 높은 곳으로 가면 되는데 저기로 가야 되네. 그런데 저기까지 갈 만한 와우.
Backpack's full. I can get it from my stash later.
와. 와, 별 많은 거 봐봐. 안돼, 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 안돼. 어딨어? 여기네. 우와, 잡았다. 드론이 되게 신기하게 생겼다. 모두 없기.
Now I can reconnect it with the dome back at the base.
이렇게 하고 헤어 수색 다시 가야지. 페어가 존나 넓어. 아니야, 이건 중간인데? 그냥 맞지? 느낌이 널 타고 존나 싸돌아다녀야 될 것 같아. 이건 아니고. 이쪽으로 가야겠지? 왠지 저길 것 같단 말이야, 느낌이. 불도
Water's pouring out of that building. Silenced. Better check it out. Someone's been through here.
눈물의 탑? 아, 딱 여기까지만 진입한 다음에 그만두자.
Camping gear. Looks like there's something behind that tarp.
사막에 물이라고? 오세람들, 역시 오세람들.
I was so close. To drowning, maybe. Not to the embers. Moreland, it's over. Well, not for me, it's not. Then you're going to die. Alone. Because we're not sticking around to fish out the corpse. We're through.
아, 여기서 이제 산소호흡기 얻나 보다.
So the visionary's fate hung in the balance. Would he choose life or succumb to deadly delusion?
Hello. So, there's an ancient city under the sand, but it's flooded.
Suddenly a Norse spearman appeared.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're not typical Delvers. That's for sure. What's this?
I call it a diving bubble. This is the Mark 1. The Mark 2 was better, but it got stuck halfway down. Air tube snagged.
You went down in that.
Yeah, I hardly expect a layperson to understand.
Because that's pretty smart.
I'm sorry. May I remind you, you got stuck inside and nearly drowned.
It'd have to be portable, though. Machine kneecap, maybe?
Well, you'd need a filter.
Synthetic membrane would do it. With a hose to a
Compressed air capsule, hammer, and tongs.
What is this? What is happening here? Get over here. She's a stranger.
You got a name?
Aloy.
Moreland. Not a stranger anymore. Come on. I got the original schematics over here.
Oh, well, hold on. Just a couple of questions first.
Fair enough. Partner?
Partner?
Don't mind him.
What's so important down there that you'd risk your life?
Well...
Moreland, I'm not interested in salvage, okay? Whatever you find below is yours.
Well, all right. Then what if I told you we were delving for the most spectacular treasures ever scribed by man or maid?
I'd say get to the point.
No nonsense. I like it. Behold, an ember.
Looks like a piece of junk.
Oh, now, yes, but with a proper spark. These magnificent creations of the old ones paint mesmerizing pictures in the air, and the ruins below us are full of them. A feast for the eyes beyond description. This is my old Gramps promised me.
So these embers project images?
그냥 포터블 프로젝터 같은데?
It's amazing stuff. This one showed the most beautiful woman you've ever seen,
beckoning all to a buffet of lobster and succulent beefs.
아, 찌라시야.
I must have watched it about 100 times as a child in my old Gramps workshop.
What happened to it?
Over time, they die out. I cried the day that this one's leg faltered. But there are many more below, as you'll see, if you get down there like I did and my old Gramps before me.
근데 너무 오세람 사람만 나오는 거 아니야? 야, 바누쿠 보고 싶어, 바누쿠.
He was here 40 odd years ago. He was one of the first to lead a delving party into the West. He discovered the ancient city around us, plumbed the depths of this very structure. He found the hollow underneath and the glowing embers all about. Took as many as he could and brought them home. He always wanted to come back and get more, but, well, never scraped up the shards. What he really wanted to do was use the embers to put on a show. One unlike the world has ever seen.
Sounds like quite a guy.
He was a true delver and a true showman. And I miss him. But I will do him proud. I will gather the embers and put on a spectacle that would have amazed even him. With your help, of course.
So what exactly happened down there?
It was a delve like no other. A chance to follow my old Gramps' footsteps. Beneath this structure here is an enormous hollow, a dome protected from the sands. We built this elevator here to ensure easy egress and exit. It's quite a contraption, actually, and not so easy to...
Right. Again. What happened?
At the bottom, we beheld the treasure my Gramps first discovered. Painted images in the air of every description. Dancing women, games and coins and promises of jackpots. I don't know what that is, but it's gotta be good. Then,
소리도 나오나 보지? 글자는 못 읽을 테니까.
something went wrong. The images turned nautical. Waves went through them, even fish. It's like a strange underwater dream.
Poseidon's dream.
Yes. Well, suddenly there was this terrible rushing sound, and then an explosion of water erupted from the floor.
So water just shot up from the floor and filled the place up?
This raging flood unlike anything I've seen. We ran like forge fire and barely made it up the elevator as a wave just crashed beneath us. Shaking, but not stirred, I built the diving bubbles Mark I and Mark II. I tried the descent in each, but I nearly drowned both times. Abaddon's beside himself. He thinks I'm insane. But I can't give up now. I've come too far. And the embers are just barely within my reach.
Well, maybe I can help.
Yeah. Maybe you can.
You guys don't seem like average delvers.
We're not really delvers at all. We're showmen.
Like, performers?
You're Nora, and thus unfamiliar with the arts.
왜 임마 우리도 노래 부르고 다 잘 놀아 임마.
All around the claim. Stemmer tells stories, which I augment with all manner of sounds.
아, 쇼러너구나.
Abaddon, he, well,
complains.
He handles the money, which amounts to about the same thing.
돈 관리구나.
When we delve, it's to find gear for my theatrics. Which makes this delve the most important one of all.
How deep is it? Can't I just swim down?
Only if you have gills. You can stack 50 kegs in that shaft.
Leave it to the Osram to measure something in kegs.
Talking liquid depths. I'd say it's apt.
After not, sounds too deep to hold my breath.
Hence, our new invention.
그래, 알았어.
I'd better get after those parts.
There's a fully intact compressed air capsule in the Mark II, but like I said, it's stuck in the shaft.
If you made it back up alive, I should be able to swim down that far.
Right. As for the other parts, Stemmer scouted a herd due south of here that should have what we need.
I'm on it.
결국 부품 찾아오는 거네.
I'll come back when you get the gear. Good hunting.
Probably get a guess list of 50. So we need at least 3 dozen kegs. Brown ale, maybe. No. For him, scrappers.
Are you planning a party?
Budgeting for Moreland's funeral. Thanks to you. I was this close. We were gonna move on. Leave all this nonsense behind, and you come along. You spark your wet noodle idea.
It's going to work.
I've heard that before.
So, how does someone like you end up working for someone like Moreland?
I work with Moreland. We got 3 equal claims in this venture. I saw one of his early shows. Back when it was just him and his inventions. Works of flame, lights, shadows, all kinds of gizmos. Never seen the like. But the man is all spectacle. No sense. Bleeds shards like you get the idea. Without me to handle the finances, his dreams would be sunk. More sunk.
머리가 되게 현대식이다.
Wish we were back in the claim. Plenty of normal shows to do without the salvage from this blasted
얼굴
place.
피부도 약간 어색하고.
And yet, you're here, in the middle of the desert, delving for his dream.
It was a good one. But sometimes, a dream has to die.
This dream of Moreland's
Is going to get him killed.
Let's say it doesn't. What happens after he gets the salvage down there?
Then we put on the greatest show the world's ever seen. We'll have special seating, premium ale, the works. Moreland will do his light spectacle thing. Stemmer will get their eyes sparkling with his tales, and I'll be selling tickets. It's a nice thought, anyway.
아쉽긴 하나 보다.
Moreland mentioned you were showman.
What? An ostrom can't be anything other than a delver, tinker, or drunkard? Okay, sure, we are delvers too, but that is not our main source of income. Mostly, we go town to town.
왜 오스람 사람들은 다 저렇게 배가 나왔을까?
What are they? What happens at them?
Tales and spectacle. Yeah. Moreland's got the technical know-how. Builds all manner of inventions, whirligigs of light and sound, cannons that shoot fire, and showers of sparks, and Stemmer
keeps them enthralled. Tales of adventure in the smoothest baritone.
Yeah, that.
And you?
Me? Who do you think handles the financials for the whole blasted thing? Those two might have the sparks, but do you think they know their way around shards? No, they don't.
So Moreland was down in this ancient city, and...
The 3 of us went down below.
You?
I can delve, too.
Right. And, then what happened?
What do you think? Water rushed in, we ran. And Moreland built that blasted thing. Nearly got himself drowned. Twice. You want the finer details of his stupidity? You go ask him. I'm always willing to engage in some commerce.
록브레이커 접착성 냉기 뻑뽕 오세람 타격대
I'll leave you alone.
Do us a favor. Leave us all alone.
The stout-hearted huntress approached. Her appearance as sudden as a spark of destiny. And the delve was at its direst.
That's, quite the introduction.
Maybe a little internal rhyme instead. A maiden rose from the very sands that bore our woes. Nah, too trite.
What is it with you and all the words?
That's what I do. The stalwart storyteller gazed upon the maiden with well-earned pride in his life's work. Stemmer wordsmith, at your service.
How did you end up following Moreland out here?
Bright-eyed Moreland held his dreams aloft like a burning candle. And where that light went, the hearts of men were sure to follow.
So you admire him?
Admiration is but a gentle fire. It's the spark that delvers and tinkers and rogues alike are sure to warm to.
Okay, guess that answers something. Your friend over there doesn't like me too much. The loud one.
The old bean counter has the personality of a moss-eaten rock. But oh, what a wicked mind for money. And a memory as long as life, or even the smallest debt.
By that he means he owes me shards. 147, to be exact.
But as sharp as he was in things pecuniary, he had a dull forgetfulness for how many times a certain wordsmith saved his hoary hide.
147. 147.
What exactly does a wordsmith do?
문장장이.
Like a tinker at the forge, a wordsmith hammers out words to entrance all who hear them. The young, the old, and frequently the inebriated.
I didn't take the Osram for storytellers.
Well, they say the only thing makes a cold brew go down easier is a tale of times gone by.
But it's always best to hit the road before the keg runs dry.
Why's that?
Oh, well, the Osram can get mighty agitated if they run out of drink, or if they don't like your story.
아, 이 친구 마음에 든다.
So you're saying being a wordsmith can be dangerous?
Oh, yeah. Story goes the wrong way, Osram will throw stuff at you.
What, like fruit?
More like chairs or grenades. But the veteran wordsmith persevered through it all.
Wordsmith.
Hammer in hand, ready to give as good as he got. How do you think we got here all the way from the claim anyway, past those blasted machines? It wasn't by talking.
Got to go see someone about an underwater city.
And lo, the huntress went forth.
자, 가볼까? 기계 부품 수하기. 와우. 와우, 내가 싫어하는 맵이다. 내가 싫어하는 맵이다. 와, 내가 너무 싫어하는 맵이다.
Got the compressed air capsule. Now, to get out of the machine parts.
I thought we were finally going to get away from this place.
According to Moreland, I heard she's south of here.
자, 어디로 가야 되냐? 정반대네. 왜 안 가? 야. 자, 그러게. 시간을 좀 때워야 되나? 잠깐만. 여기 모닥불이 있다고 내가 봤는데.
There. Tracks should lead me to the herd.
놀라운 크랩스 테이블. 잠깐만. 저기 있네.
Sandstorms blowing in. Just what I need.
오케이. 잠깐만. 에헤이. 하자고.
Where's the herd? I should have the parts I need.
왜 저렇게 몰려다니냐? 짱나게 쓰리.
More machines? Better deal with them first.
돌멩이 어디 있어? 이리 오거라. 미역회사 일로 오거라. 아우, 그냥 잡아버릴까? 조금만 더, 조금만 더, 조금만 더. 오케이. 아, 두 마리가 오네. 걸고. 와, 시체가 있다고 잡아먹는 거야? 대박인데? 와, 진짜 대박이다. 아, 잠깐만. 한 방이야? 글린토크가? 와, 씨. 무공 공격 존나 세졌는데? 아무 생각 없이 많이 올렸구만. 흔적 어딨어? 오케이. 아니야. 야, 일로와.
Oh, the storm swept up a sand spiral. Great.
그린토크 두 마리. 우와.
It looks like the herd's caught between those sand spirals. I could use that to my advantage.
어허. 그렇다 이거지. 와, 모래.
Here we go.
잠깐, 한 방이라고? 아, 나 진짜. 와, 호포에 적응 진짜 안 되네. 엄마 왔어? 오랜만에 얼굴 좀 봤는데 이야기해야지. 아, 자동으로 넘어가네. 아이고.
Looks like the herd's caught those sand spirals. I could use that to my advantage.
오.
Machine's strong against frosting.
나 내일 아우 고맙네. 공부는 내 능력이니까 어쩔 수가 없는데, 공부는 내 능력이니까 어쩔 수가 없는데, 건강이 지금 너무 안 좋아서. 말만 하면 기침이 오더라고요. 알아. 끓이고 있어. 이렇게 안 맞는데. 아, 롱레그구나. 뭔가 했더니만. 스캔을 좀 써줘야지. 이확인 기계라니. 너 호재전에서의 호재전에서의 일은 다 잊어버린 거냐?
One synthetic method. Better check the other machines. One of them might have a resource I can use.
이건 뭐야? 리프레셔? 아, 캥거루. 잡았다. 두방. 오케이. 오, 안 돼, 안 돼, 안 돼. 죽어. 아, 잠깐. 한약이 없다고? 이거 없고. 안 돼.
It's no good.
초반 무기라서 그런가? 진짜 데미지 안 나와. 튕겨 나온다고? 와.
Good. I should have all the parts to build this thing now.
끝났네.
Get back to Moreland. Made it.
혹시 모르니. 왜 안 되냐? 그런데 인공지능, 그러니까 하위 기능, 가이아 하위 기능을 얻는 것 치고는 되게 별게 없는데?
Have to go on foot from here.
몸 몇 마리 잡는 거 빼고는 없는 거잖아. 눈물의 탑이란 이름 치고는 안에 있는 사람들이 너무 익살스럽긴 해. 어우, 어두워. 왜 이렇게 어두워?
What can I do for you, partner?
여긴 또 왜 이렇게 밝어? 부품을
I've got
가져왔어.
everything I need to build the
incredible diving mask.
I think diving mask is enough.
I won't quibble. The workbench is all yours.
고분고분해. 눈을 왜 저렇게 뜨냐? 특수 장비. 오케이.
Whoa. There's a marvel. If it works, you'll let me try it? I want to get down there and get those embers.
Assuming I don't drown.
So what are you really looking for down there?
It's hard to explain. Something that caused a malfunction in the apparatus that controls the old city. I think it started the flood.
I thought we started a flood. Like we sprung a trap. I don't know how we were detected. Like I said, the dancing lights around us changed, turned to sea life. There was this flash of red, and the roar of water surging in.
Wait, a flash of red?
A red light from a spot near the grate on the floor where the water burst through. It was like a beacon.
Or a warning. Thanks. That might help.
I hope it does. And good luck down there.
Okay, time to see if this thing works.
자, 가보자고. 오, 좋다.
So far, so good. I can actually breathe down here.
와, 근데 너무 싫다. 와, 라이트도 키네. 어떤 형식으로 키는 거야? 어디에 빛이 나오는 거야? 어디에서 빛이 나오는 거지? 창에서 빛이 나오는 건가?
Diving mask seems to be holding up. I've never been able to swim this deep before.
오, 홀로그램이네. 아, 여기 뭐가 있다고 말해주는 거구나. 그냥 도박에 미친 놈이잖아. 아, 물이 중요한 곳이긴 했네. 작은 보급품. 와우. 열 순 없고.
It started right here, more than 30 years ago. Back when this casino was still called the Temple. One big bet turned my fate around. But now, fate's dealt as cruelest hand ever to everyone. I have to turn the lights out one final time. And the waters of my adopted home will at last run dry. Well, if a dream has to die, at least
테마에
I can
맞는
say goodbye
사연이네.
first.
Stanley Chen. What did he do here?
여긴 아무것도 없고, 여기도 없고. 와, 근데 진짜 싫다. 와우, 너무 싫다. 난 이 물이 너무 싫어. 근데 뭐 별거가 없던데? 여기로 와가지고 아까 거기였고, 문이 열린 곳이 있나? 아니면 위로 올라가는 곳이 있나? 아, 저기 있구나. 저걸 못 봤네. 와우,
Must be Poseidon's doing.
용궁이네, 용궁. 너무 이쁘다. 딱히 뭐는 없는데 혹시 모르니까 한 바퀴 돌아보자. 이런 거. 아. 완풍 코페나. 근데 이게 얼만큼 숨이 쉬어지는지도 모르는데 이렇게 가도 되나? 진짜 깡따고 하는 정말 좋아, 여자애. 와,
Looks like a way out. Poseidon's down here somewhere.
용궁이구만, 용궁.
Let's find where it's hiding.
어디에 있다는 거야? 뭐가? 이거 왠지 느낌상 물 빠진 다음에 역에서 한바탕 싸울 것 같기도 한 그런 느낌이기도 하고. 뭐야, 와우! 내수, 잠깐만. 타이드 리퍼? 와, 씨, 존나 무섭네. 고대 보급품. 아이고, 걸리면 안 돼. 저 안쪽에 왠지 있을 것 같은데. 저건가 보네. 뭐라고? 아니요, 그런 거 없어.
Looks like I have to reset a couple of pump nodes first. According to the map, there should be an access point for the first node south of here.
그래, 그렇게 몬스터만 지워지고 끝나기엔 좀 아쉽지. 저건가? 아닌데?
More machines down here. I'll just swim around them. Stick to cover.
뭐야, 스냅 뭐야? 맞네. 여기 있는 걸로 봤는데. 아닌데 이게 필요 없어. 지나가. 와, 엄청 넓다 맵이. 안돼 안돼. 풀숲에 숨으면 역시 어우 버루 어디 있어? 물속으로? 어? 알았어 갈게. 빨간 빛이다. 저기겠군.
There's red light in that tower. Just like at the console I found earlier. That might be the maintenance station. But, get in.
뭐가 있네.
Looks like part of this building collapsed. There might be a way in.
아이고 꼈다. 어디 보자. 뭘 먹어야 되나? 안 그러면 이걸 일부러 안 그러잖아. 그러니까 빠글빠글 가래때문에 이게 안에서 이렇게 머리 올라가는 잠옷이 이거 하나 먹어. 끄고 끈 다음에 우리 오랜만에 봤으니까 이야기나 좀 하다가 난 잘난다.